Hello people that watch $1,000 Car Guy. This episode is going to be a little bit different. As you can see, it was titled Episode 0 for Season 2. So I'd like to start by wrapping up Season 1, maybe answering a couple questions you have about what's going on with the show, why hasn't there been any new episodes recently. I mean, we're probably going on 2 or 3 weeks now without having any kind of new content, so I want to wrap up Season 1. First off, we did not accomplish what we set out to do in Season 1. We did not actually sell the car that we bought to sell, the whole point of the show, right? So we were supposed to buy a cheap car, fix it up, and then sell it for a ton of cash and all that wonderfulness. Well, it didn't happen, and here's why. Normally my daily driver is the Miata, and that gets about, 23, 24 miles per gallon. I think it has low compression, even though I haven't checked it, but I have driven other Miatas of the same 1.6 liter, and they outperform it in just about every way. Actually, the Toyota Echo, even getting 40 miles per gallon, is faster than the Miata, as ridiculous as that sounds. Now, I know Miatas aren't supposed to be fast. They're about momentum and using what you have. Obviously, that 1.6 liter, you need to wring it out to actually get any power out of it. I've been using the Toyota Echo just about every day that I can because it's actually cooler to drive that. I don't mean like it looks cooler. I mean it is in fact colder. In Florida, it's pretty hot come summertime, so that's where we're at right now. By driving the Toyota Echo every day, it makes me wonder, what am I doing here, right? Because without selling that car, now I have two dependable daily drivers. The Echo is already better because it's faster and gets better gas mileage than the Miata. So why would I ever drive the Miata? And that being the fact means I don't drive the Miata, which kills me because it's an enthusiast car. It should be the one I want to drive, but I don't. There are a few other downsides to the Miata. It has obviously no air conditioning. It has no power steering, which kind of sucks. And the fact that I need to plan when I'm going to merge into traffic because I honestly just can't keep up. So what do? Back when I originally bought the Miata, a little over a year ago, I had something in mind that I wanted to do, and that would be to motor swap the car. Now, although I've helped put in other motors and I've driven cars with motor swaps, I've never done one personally, and it's always kind of scared me a little bit. That's a lot of work. There's a lot involved with swapping a motor, especially to one that was never meant to go into the vehicle. Obviously, if we were to motor swap the Miata, you gotta do it for fun. And if it's going to be fun, it should be something you're interested in. I like the 4-cylinder naturally aspirated motor that's in the Honda S2000. I'm sure that'd be a great fun swap for the Miata. Anything turbocharged, and I could technically turbocharge or supercharge the engine that's in there, but the reality is, it's only ever going to make so much horsepower. Now I know if you want to build the motor and you want to go through all that stuff, yes, it can make, let's say, 300 horsepower from the 1.6 liter. But why? Why would you go through all of that trouble just to have 300 horsepower? Now in a Miata, that's an incredible amount of horsepower. Don't sell it short. That's not what I'm talking about here. What I'm saying is, if you're going to spend the money, why not start with a lot more power? That brings me to one of the main points of this video. I would like to V8 swap the Miata. That is the goal of Season 2. That being said, it is going to be a long season. My show is not like those television programs where in a half-hour show, all of a sudden, wow, now we've got a V8 Miata. It doesn't work like that in real life, especially when you have no money to spend. It takes time. Now, fortunately, I have a very good group of friends who's willing to help me out, and I have the design capability to model my own parts, and then I have some friends in the machine shop industry who will be able to manufacture them for me. I will be doing a lot of welding, cutting, fabricating on this project, but I'm so excited to do it. This has been a dream for years to be able to do a project like this, and now, even though, let's say, the funds aren't there, I think now is the time to start the project. So let's backtrack a little bit. A few weeks ago, my neighbor asked me what was going on with the Miata, and I said, well, I'd love to do a swap in it, but I don't know when I'm ever going to be able to find a donor vehicle. Plus, there are the logistics of getting the vehicle here because with the cost that I would love to pay for a V8 donor vehicle, it's probably not going to run and drive. I mean, what are the odds, right? So my neighbor said, okay, well, I'll keep my eyes open, and if I see anything, I'll send it your way. So he sent me one vehicle, and it turned out that there wasn't even an engine or transmission in it. He kind of goofed on that one. But then about a week ago, he said, hey, I just saw this, and you should probably go take a look at it. I said, okay. So let me play a couple clips of about a week ago. Good morning, everybody. I'm sure you can tell from the title of the video what this is about, but it's so exciting. So you don't know what the car is yet. I'm going to keep that a secret for just a little bit longer. But we got the trailer hooked up in the back. Thank you so much to my neighbors. Also, whom told me about this car in general. Without them, this would never be possible because I would have never known that it was out there. So we're in the Suburban. Obviously not the Echo or the Miata or the wife's car. So I just got to work. All I need to do now is survive the day and then head over and pick up the new car. Okay, I will check in, I don't wear a watch, let's say 9 hours. Okay, so picked up the car, just got it home. What a terrible, terrible, terrible ride with the car dolly. I've towed trailers before, but never a car dolly. Completely different. When it starts to do this, terrifying. Anyway, it's now starting to rain quite a lot, and now I need to get the car unloaded, return the trailer, return the truck. I think I blew a fuse in the truck, so I have that to look forward to. Okay, I will keep you posted. Long story short, the car made it, and it sat in the driveway for about a week or so until today. On the other channel that I have, Do Something Every Day 2, I converted the screened-in porch into a makeshift garage to allow me to work on this thing throughout the summer, in the rain, whenever I need to, so that we can get this project rolling. And by rolling, I mean I think I have 4 flat tires. So I think it's finally time to show you what vehicle we ended up with. I would like to introduce to you the project car of Season 2, the 1995 Mustang GT. And if you'd like to know how I got the Mustang into my screened-in porch, please check out my other channel, Do Something Every Day 2. I will put a link in the description below so that you can see how hilarious that was and difficult for me to get the car in here. Hey look, a washer and dryer. So let me tell you a little bit about this car. It is a 1995 Mustang GTS, which means that it has the cloth interior, basically a stripped-down Mustang GT. It uses the Ford 302 or 5.0 liter. It has an unknown amount of miles. Literally, I have no clue. The odometer stopped at about 70,000 miles. Inside, see, I gave myself just enough room to open up the door. There is a 5-speed manual transmission. Most important, I did not want to get a donor car without the 302 and 5-speed combination. The vehicle was in a wreck. The front bumper is missing, the driver's side fender is gone. The hood is actually fiberglass, and I do have it, except it pulled the hood pins out and then flew up and destroyed the windshield. The cause of the accident was the no tread on the tires. I will give you a more in-depth view of the entire vehicle in the daylight on the next episode. So a little more overview about the project. You may be wondering, how much did he pay for that Mustang GT? And it is running and driving. Although completely illegal, you don't want to drive it like that. I paid a total of $400 for a running, driving Mustang GT. So in order to recoup all of my monies invested in it, I'm going to part out the interior, any glass that's left, trunk lids, fenders, any body panels, wheels, everything that I have laying around. I got some new in-box parts from the previous owner, along with a new bumper, along with a new set of rims and tires. I think we talked about that. The point is, I don't think I'll have any issue recouping my costs for the car. Just the transmission alone is like 600 bucks, so I should be fine. Let's talk a little bit about how this is all going to work out, because I'm sure you're a little unhappy with the previous season's time between episodes. I hope to make a big change with that because now I'll be working undercover. undercover, in a enclosed environment. The way I see it, I need to be able to make that engine start and run while being outside the car. Once I have all the electronics pulled out of it, I will then separate what I do and don't need from it. But I want to be able to continually try to start it along the way to make sure that I haven't screwed up a ground or lost some precious connection somewhere. As far as mechanical goes, I don't have any issues at all doing all of that work. Electrical is what scares me, so I'm going to tackle that first with this project. Being able to run the car outside of the car will prove to me that I am capable of doing it, because once I have the entire set of everything, all I need to do is put it into the Miata. I know, simple, right? It should be a very fun learning process for me and probably some of you at home too. First thing we're going to do is basically rip apart the interior of the Mustang, pull out all the electrical components, and make sure it still runs, starts, does everything it normally does. After that, pull the engine, transmission, drive shaft, probably rear end, and then push out the Mustang. After that's gone, we'll bring in the Miata. Once the Miata's in, I'll pull out the engine, transmission, ECU, wiring harness, everything like that, and sell off that because I'm never going to need it again. Once that's gone, now it's time to fit the 302 into the Miata. Obviously, Monster Miata and a bunch of other companies like Flying Miata make kits for that. I plan to do everything on my own. By having my own kit, I'll know all of the little ins and outs of it. Thank you so much for watching this episode of $1,000 Car Guy. I can't wait to see you on the next episode, and boy, we're going to have a lot of fun with this project. Okay, we'll see you next time.